It's finally happened. Donald Trump's supporters have admitted that he doesn't know anything about policies, he doesn't have specifics, he doesn't know what he's going to do. They agree on that. But unfortunately, they don't agree on whether that actually matters or not. And so here's one of the most high profile of his supporters, even if a bit reluctant. So Mitch McConnell acknowledges that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
You need somebody highly experienced and very knowledgeable, because it's pretty obvious he doesn't know a lot about the issues. You see that in the debates in which he's participated. It's why I have argued to him publicly and privately that he ought to use a script more often. There's nothing wrong with having prepared text. It indicates a level of seriousness that I think is important to convey to the American people about the job you're seeking. So I would have somebody deeply experienced in government and who knows how things work.
Mitch McConnell is a loathsome turtle, but he is smart enough to be able to look at Donald Trump and listen to him speak and know that while he has ideas, he doesn't have specifics to actually back those up. And unfortunately, a lot of his other surrogates don't either. They go on the news, and when they are asked what specific policies he would put into effect, they say things like, he's going to make more jobs, which is an idea, it's an outcome, it's a result, but it's not actually a policy. Like, for instance, we're going to put $250 million a month into job training or something like that. Or we're going to invest this much into infrastructure, and an analysis has shown that that will then produce 1.4 million jobs. Those are policies. They're silly policies that I came up with off the top of my head that need more specifics themselves, but they are policies, not just ideas. He, though, is not about to start adding specifics to what he does. Listen to this. He says, "My voters don't care, and the public doesn't care. They know you're going to do a good job once you're there." They shouldn't know that. I really hope that they don't think that. But in terms of the specifics, that's what he says. They don't care if I know any of the facts, and they don't care if I have specifics for my plans. And so there are many people who, over the course of this election, have tried to add unearned respect onto people who support Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not one of those people. He knows what they are, and what they are is people who follow him fairly simply and blindly and stupidly. Oh God, he goes on to say, I have other quotes from him, but I'm not actually going to read them because I might vomit. So look, I just want to warn you, if at some point between now and the general election actually happens, I decide to stop doing the news and to instead just start writing an epic fantasy novel or something, the reason is going to be that I have a certain amount of stupidity that I can absorb into my system before I OD and have to leave news for an extended period of time. I want the people to want good results, to choose a politician who knows what he's doing and will get those results, and will win those voters over by expressing a philosophy that's right with specifics to support that philosophy that are also right. And I think that that is only the most reasonable thing in the world to want for our political system. But unfortunately, that's not what we have, and it doesn't look like that's what we're going to get anytime soon. Donald Trump understands that people support him because he's a bigot and they like it. They love hearing him insult Elizabeth Warren as Pocahontas and Mexican judges and all Muslims. They want to hear that vitriol dripping from his lips. And so why would we expect that at any point he would learn political history or political economy or start to give us specifics that we could judge his policies based on? He knows that his voters don't actually want that, and that's the most true thing I think he's said since the very beginning of this goddamn election. This is an extremely disheartening thing to accept, but if I'm going to continue following this election, I need to accept it, and I have a feeling that we all should. He doesn't expect anything from himself or his supporters, and his supporters aren't going to get anything better from him.